What's good, my crackers, and I can't say the other ones. In today's video, we're talking about Superman, because I definitely know a lot about Superman. I also have a friend who knows more about Superman than me, so he's gonna be talking for about most of the video. He's the one making that really fucking annoying hand fucking fuck. Stop fucking doing that! It sounds terrible. It's gonna fucking rape the ears of everyone watching this shit with headphones on. More so than my yelling and yapping.
But I wasn't using my hands.
I so badly want to make a masturbation joke out of that, but I don't know how to make it funny, so...
They'll never know.
Bet your mom uses her hands that way.
Yes.
Anyway, I will be completely honest when I say that half of these movies, I don't actually remember what really happens in them.
You haven't seen 4 of these movies.
I'm very fucking glad that you didn't show us BVS. Thank you very much. My PC does that sometimes.
Okay.
I
I think there's no better place to start the Superman tier list than with Superman the movie.
Alright. I remember liking this one. It was pretty good.
Yes. I think to mix things up, let's start off with you going first, and we'll do your ranking first, because we always do mine. So I'll describe how I feel about the movies, and I'll go, since you've probably forgotten at least most of the middle chunk.
Yeah, like,
and for the ones you haven't done, we'll leave them there, and then at the end, we'll do my ranking.
Yeah, I was trying to remember, it's been a while since we've seen it. Our Superman binge lasted, like, months upon months upon months.
It basically became an ongoing joke of how long the Superman marathon, in quotes, was taking.
Yeah. Because we all had our own lives, busy shit going on, or we decided to fuck off and do something else for the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we were smart and good at time management, this video would have come out instead of the X-Men one. It would have come out then.
Yeah.
Like, on the day of its release, but... You know, we're on pretty good time, you know. Supergirl, the new one, 2026, is coming out in a few months, you know.
I had no idea that was a movie coming out.
Yeah, so that's coming out. Everyone's making fun of it, because it's, you know, got James Gunn-isms, and everyone's calling it Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff, which is really funny, because he's not working on the movie.
Oh, wow, okay.
He just is the head of DC Studios, or the co-head, and
yeah,
everything that is wrong with DC he is blamed for, which is, I'd say, only, like, partially fair. Like, he is the head, but...
Mm-hmm. And so far, most of the projects so far have been directed by him.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, my thoughts on the movie. I remember, movie came out during the 70s, right?
Yes,
like
that
late
is
70s.
True. Yeah. This is, I feel like I've said this almost every video, but we've done the main kind of trio or thing for all of these tier list ranking videos of, like, the top big superhero franchises of Spider-Man, X-Men, and now Superman.
Yeah.
The only other big icon that we have not done is Batman. Mm-hmm. But all our opinions on those movies is they're all pretty good, even the lower ones. So
yeah, I loved Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Like, all of them are enjoyable in a great way of watching with friends. Whether because they're just legendary and iconic, or they're just good.
Mm-hmm. Or they're so bad they're funny of friends.
The Superman ones and Spider-Man, X-Men are not. They have more variety.
Yeah.
So that's why he was excluded. But Superman, the movie, and Superman 2 are just iconic legends that stand toe-to-toe with other legends, like sometimes the original X-Men trilogy, sometimes, but always Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Like, one of my favorite parts about these movies is that even during sections that felt like overly long or dragged out, the movie still has a very strong idea of who Superman is supposed to be, which is great because Zack Snyder can't fucking do it. I fucking hate that movie. Anyway, we're gonna save our thoughts on that for later.
Like all of these videos, I try and say something nice. Sometimes I don't try very hard, but I try and say something nice about every movie.
Is there anything nice to say about Man of Steel?
You'll have to wait and find out. But with Superman the movie, and they do this in most of the Christopher Reeves Superman movies, of like showing off scenes where there's a very clear difference between Superman and Clark Kent. With like the first one doing a great scene where he's like, you just clearly see his posture and his voice change, and he does feel like a different person.
Yeah.
And they do that too in James Gunn's Superman. I think it's not as well done because we don't see Clark Kent as much.
Mm-hmm.
And in some ways, I like that they show when they have more of the comic book isms of like the hypnotic glasses and all that stuff, but him like having the hypnotic glasses makes it less of like he's just like that. It removes a bit of that conflict of him like lying to his friends and him like needing to act and almost put up this front, because he is lying to all the people. Like there's the whole quotes and things of like Superman is Superman. It's like, no, he's Clark Kent, but he's also Kal-El or whatever. Like the truest version of Superman is the person he's at in Smallville, where he gets to be Superman and Clark Kent and like Kal-El.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think like him with like the trinity of like him, Wonder Woman, and Batman, that should be the true Superman. At least in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
I'm not as big of a DC fan, so I can't go in as much. So I'm trying my best. I'm getting into it now, especially with the timing of our release with Absolute DC coming out, and hopefully I'm gonna have time to read Absolute Superman. I'm excited for that. But
Yeah.
since you're going first, you can pick to where to put it. I don't want to sway you too much.
Yeah, I am. I'm also going to be. I just want to talk a little bit more about my thoughts as well.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned really well with the switching costume, how you can feel the personality change, and it also says something very important about Superman is that when he saves people, he doesn't expect anything in return. He does it just because it's the right thing to do, and that's exactly how Superman should be written. Like Superman is a very powerful character, but he also is only one person, which means that he isn't able to save absolutely everyone, and that places a sense of responsibility on him that he takes very seriously, and it's something that is very compelling as well, because with the way that he was raised and grew up, I think with his parents, it goes to show how those values got instilled into him, and his heroism is very genuine, is the best way to put it. Like it's a very sincere movie, and that's the reason why it works so well, in my opinion.
Yeah, and to build off of that, like people make fun of the movie for it being incredibly long with its long drawn out opening, which is iconic now with the legendary theme, which basically now anytime you hear Superman, you hear that theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even need to play it, and people are probably already hearing it.
Yeah.
So you have that iconic bit, and then like once you get into whatever Smallville, you get to meet the Kents, and Pa Kent dies of a heart attack, and it just kind of continues that lesson of like, even as Superman, like the strongest person on the planet, he can't save everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final battle or rescue thing that Superman needs to do is him like stopping these two near impossible tasks, and he fails.
Yeah.
Which does bring up the one controversial, I don't think it's controversial anymore, but it's a little tease. It is funny. Of him going back in time and saving Lois and saving the day.
Yeah.
Which I think is good. Like, I think it would be a very different movie if Lois Lane died. I think it'd be interesting, but I like the ending that we have for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I will say that there is, despite the fact that I do really like this movie, I feel like I respect this movie way more than I actually enjoy watching it. And the big reason for that is because holy fucking shit, it takes so fucking long for the movie to like actually start.
Yeah.
They spend so much time on the fucking backstory. Not to say that it's bad or anything.
Well, the whole movie's
of course
backstory.
I mean, like,
what do you mean by backstory? Do you mean all of the opening credits and then the Krypton? Because like technically the backstory ends about like maybe an hour and 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, like I think the most telling thing was I think it was like 40 or 50 minutes in that he even like got to Earth, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe it was like 30 minutes we got
like,
to Earth.
Just like, holy shit, that would never happen in a modern movie.
I think part of the reason, I'm trying to defend it, I think all the Krypton stuff is really good where you get like that natural disaster, you meet them, and you have to have that in a Superman origin story. And I am pro, I think I've said this before if you've watched other videos I've appeared in, I am pro seeing characters' origin stories in their media.
Mm-hmm.
I am okay with the fact that for this new DC universe that we are experiencing now in 2026, that they didn't show Superman's origin story, and everyone does know it. I get that.
Yeah.
Would it be tired? Maybe. But if we actually look at the list, we have Superman the movie, then we have Man of Steel, and that's it. Those are the only origins.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is Man of Steel. And Fantastic Four did a similar thing, which came out at the same time. But Fantastic Four has the early 2000s movies and Fan Four Stick. And Fan Four Stick is very much like Man of Steel. We're probably never doing a Fantastic Four video. I somehow every time slip in a new superhero movie franchise into this. But Fantastic Four, we're never doing a video probably. And Fantastic Four, I dislike even more than Man of Steel. At least as of the recording of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, like, I guess then, like, my opinion boils down to, yeah, it's good. For me, I would put it in my B tier.
Your B? Okay.
I assume that by the time we get into Andrew's rankings at the end of the video, they're going to be way higher than mine. Because for the most part, my thoughts on Superman are, yeah, I like him.
Do you like Lex Luthor?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you like him, like criminal mastermind. He's iconic. Like,
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, I think now in the present day is more known for businessman and more of the politician and less of the evil mad scientist kind of criminal mastermind that this one is.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's just great.
Yeah.
I love this Lex Luthor, and it's unfortunate he passed away, I believe last year, as of filming this. But, yeah. Just all the casting in this series is just great.
Yeah.
Can't really think of any casting I don't like. Like, you have Otis, he's great. Otis is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And he does get, like, a small cameo in the Superman movie, with his name being Otisburg, which is a fun little nod to the fans.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, because that's the name of, like, the place he wanted.
Okay.
But, like, Lex Luthor refused, because Lex Luthor's plan was, like, some, whatever, he was, like, maybe trying to sink I don't know. Most of his plans are him trying to, whatever, get some country or take over America and just buy land or steal it.
Yeah.
Either with nukes or dropping up or making like a planet or something.
All right, I'm gonna make a planet myself. I'm gonna call it your mom.
Yeah.
I'm really funny.
It's crazy we're starting off with such a heavy hitter first. It made us yap so much, but now we're on to another one of Superman 2.
Superman 2, another one that I really liked. I enjoyed how it focused more on like the Superman-Lois relationship. Like, I think
that's the best part of this entire series is Superman and Lois's relationship. We didn't talk about Lois really at all, other than her fake out death in the first one. But what do you think of Lois, at least in these first two movies?
I mean, her relationship to Superman is my favorite part of the whole thing. Because I'm a romance fanatic. I love everything with romance in it. But also because of the fact that that it plays into Superman's different identities really well, like
yeah, and you get to like have Superman in that whole reveal scene with the fire of like Lois Lane using her reporter and detective skills to figure out that Clark Kent is Superman.
yeah.
But one thing I'm just curious about is with these movies came out in the 70s, like these aren't really on people's minds. Like they are iconic and legends, which have kept them popular. But in ordinary life, most people probably don't think of them. But one thing connected to the more modern day is like Invincible, with it having a character that does parallel some of the things with Lois Lane and having inspiration from Lois Lane, clearly, being Amber. So how do you see some of the things I'm implying and connecting with like Amber and Lois Lane?
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like Lois Lane is an iconic, love interest, especially in the comic book, and I think just in general, like one of the most iconic comic book and fictional characters, like alongside Superman. Like, with Superman, it's Superman and Lois, and it has been written in stone, and unlike Spider-Man, they've actually been able to grow and get married and have kids and, like, evolve, which is amazing to see as more of a Marvel fan of that being able to happen, have this more overarching story.
yeah.
It's more connected. But yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like one of the things that, that bothered me about, like, how Amber was handled is because, the reason why that scene from Invincible is so frustrating is because it comes across as a lot of entitlement. Oh, think about me. Why aren't you thinking about me instead of the people you're saving?
Yeah.
Lois never really falls into that trap.
Yeah.
Because it's less about oh, look at me instead of the people you're saving. It's more about I want you to be real to me.
Yeah. Which is one thing. Like Lois Lane is a lot of, if you know any comic book one, I'll give a few examples. Obviously, we have Amber, but Mark Invincible being a very clear Superman kind of parallel inspiration.
Yeah.
Like the Viltrumites. But you also have Spider-Man with Mary Jane. And Superman and Lois and Peter Parker, Spider-Man and Mary Jane, like the two iconic couples of their franchises. But Mary Jane has the problem of either the editors or Marvel just hates Mary Jane and just prefers Gwen Stacy. Spoiler alert, dead body. And necrophilia isn't really in right now, so they can't do that.
Yeah.
And
it's
they
a shame. I love
sold Mary
necrophilia.
Jane's marriage to Spider-Man to the devil.
Yeah.
But they don't want to undo that, because that would, mess up that story. So they're just kind of stuck. And so many times where it's like, oh, what do we do with Mary Jane? Make her Lois Lane. And then everybody's like, oh, this is lame. This isn't Mary Jane. Yeah, because they just took Lois Lane from whatever other side of the fence.
Like, the reason why Lois Lane works is because it's a Superman story, right?
Yeah.
Like...
And the Lois Lane Mary Jane is fine, I suppose. The main one I'm thinking of is the video game one, where they keep making you play as her and do, like, stealth missions. So, everybody loves that, obviously, Everybody goes to the Spider-Man game to play as Mary Jane.
Yep.
But yeah, enough about that Spider-Man. Back to Superman. What do you think of, like, Lex Luthor and the villains with General Zod?
I'm gonna be real, I don't remember anything about the villains in, like, any of these movies.
Would you have remembered that Zod was the villain of this movie if I didn't tell you?
No.
Who was the villain of the first one?
Lex Luthor, right?
Yeah.
I would be
I don't like the fact that
I would be, like, really shocked if it wasn't.
Okay, I feel like I have to do this for every movie now.
Oh.
But, yeah, you got General Zod, and he's fun. It's really cool that the first movie, like, the first scene of the movie, basically, is them setting up this movie with General Zod getting... and his buddies getting sent into the Phantom Zone. So that's really cool and very uncommon for a movie of this time, and I think does set up this Age of Heroes or superhero movies we're in now.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just thought of something. Yeah, I'll save this for Man of Steel because I at least want one thing to talk about for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you have anything else for Superman?
I don't have anything else to add to it.
Yeah.
I would. I feel bad just having a B tier, so let's make a B plus tier. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to clarify because I just remembered this. There are 2 versions of Superman 2. We watched the theatrical cut. I know a lot of people prefer the Donner cut, and I've seen it a while ago. I think both are good, and I would grade them the same. The reason why I didn't have Aiden put it on the list is, 1, I forgot, and 2, it's not as extreme of a difference like Justice League and the Snyder Cut. And it's just kind of been forgotten. It's like, oh yeah, right, there's the director's cut. Like, it's kind of just minor changes like a director's cut should be. It's not a near different experience. Like, I think it's a good companion piece. It fixes a few problems with the movie. There's some things where it feels like you need context from the original, at least in my opinion. I'd grade them about the same.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying I'd grade it the same way Aiden is, but in case I forget for my grading time, I remember the Donner cut. I think it is about the same as the second one.
I figure that because we're going over my ranking and I haven't seen all these movies yet, for the ones that you haven't seen, we should probably wait to talk about those until we're done with my ranking.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I feel like that would make more sense. We don't typically go with that format, but because we're starting with my ranking, which my ranking is going to ruffle a lot more feathers, probably, because I like Superman. No, I mean, like, completely real. I like Superman. I'm not like... I don't, like, love Superman or anything.
Yeah. Which is interesting of getting someone who, for all of these ones, I have grown up, or at least gone to the theaters for every single one of these movies and grown up with this.
Yeah.
You're more of the newer one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Like, granted, like, despite my rankings seeming, though, I actually really still do really like the first 2 movies.
They're
like,
great.
like, B tier is good for me.
Like, B tier isn't bad. And,
yeah.
like, thinking about it, mainly for the Spider-Man videos, if we were to do a correction, I think I might put Amazing higher, and maybe Madam Web and Craven. Like, thinking about it, I'm like, Madam Web is god-awful.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like it. I felt like the movie was an eternity. I ended up realizing recently, which is why I'm bringing it up, the movie is under 2 hours, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I felt like it was 3. So, I know I didn't really meet the movie where it was at. I was watching it alone in my room, where it is, at this point, become a movie that you should watch with your friends on a TV and not a small laptop.
Yeah. So, friends of a TV, maybe some beers too.
Yeah, maybe with some
drink beers. Away the pain of watching something dog shit.
But yeah, I did not meet the movie on perfect footing. It was already rocky to start off with, so maybe one day I'll give it a second chance. But those 2, I think even TASM 2, I would be a little kinder to, because we never acknowledge the fact that a lot of these superhero movies have like iconic scenes for the characters, like the Amazing Spider movies, especially. Like, as much as they struggle with many things, they have some of the most iconic Spider-Man moments in his filmography, with the death of Gwen Stacy, the death of Captain Stacy. We finally get to see the Lizard on the big screen. I don't think he looks perfect, but he looks good enough for, whatever, 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Superman has a lot of that, too. Like, you have, like, his mantra, like, Superman will make you believe a man can fly. I believe that was on the poster for the first one. Then you have, like, all the scenes of, like, him with Lois, and just so many quotes from these movies.
Yeah.
It was great.
Something random I forgot to mention. The flying in the original movies It looks really funny.
The flying, like, you can tell these movies came out in the 70s. But one thing I think's funny, especially transferring over, we keep getting sidetracked, to Superman 3 and 4, the effects get worse.
Yeah, that was something that surprised me a lot.
And the budget does get lower. Like, I don't remember, and especially know the conversion. Like, I'm not super into it. But I know Superman 4 at least had a good amount of stuff cut with the whole nuclear man, and there were plans for Superman 5, which maybe would have been a part 2, because it was like going to reuse some footage that was meant for Superman 1. So I don't know how that would have worked, but Superman 4 is the end. Like, they couldn't come back from it.
Yeah, like, my opinions on both movies are, I remember really disliking Superman 3, definitely being my D tier.
It was funny. It definitely was just, I can't remember the name of the comedian, but he just hijacks the movie, and it just becomes his, like, skit show. And
I do actually remember liking some of the
Yeah.
laughing at the movie sometimes.
Like,
Okay,
the
I'll be
movie's-
generous.
The movie's funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you just get funny bits where, like, Superman gets just handed a wad of kryptonite, and he's like, oh, well, why, thank you. And then he basically seems like he's just become a crippling alcoholic, and his suit fades in color and becomes more washed out, and he just becomes like a jerk and just starts doing like little pranks, like he pushes the Leaning Tower of Pisa and just makes it straight.
Yeah.
And he just, which that's pretty funny. And then you have like him fight himself, so like Clark Kent versus Superman. And then at the very end of the movie, he fights a supercomputer.
Yeah.
For anyone who hasn't watched this movie, they'd probably think I'm on drugs. Which, I mean, the creators of this probably were.
Yeah, Superman 3 is a weird movie. It's got some really funny moments.
Yeah, that like supercomputer kill where like the woman gets like dragged into the supercomputer and like metal starts like fusing to them and they start becoming one with the computer. That definitely gave children at the time nightmares. Probably even now.
Yeah. Like, and then like I low-key can't really remember anything that happens in Superman 4.
Superman 4, Lex Luthor returns and steals some of Superman's DNA from a exhibit in a museum and makes the Nuclear Man. And then Superman and Clark Kent kind of keep doing this masquerade of Superman's on a date with this woman whose father is trying to take over the Daily Planet, and Superman and Clark go on a double date with whatever, Lois and Superman on the date, and whatever the lady's name, and Clark Kent go on a date. But Clark Kent is Superman, so hijinks ensue. And this is the shortest, I believe, of the series with the great Christopher Reeve. And
yeah, I'll be honest, I still low-key don't remember anything even after your plot summary.
I enjoy this one. It does. Oh, it brings back Superman's power of being able to kiss people and make them forget. So, how'd you feel about that with Superman 2, where he kisses Lois and the bye-bye character development?
I thought it was really frustrating, but because Superman 2 is good, I assumed that they'd pay it off and do like a really interesting arc with it in Superman 3.
So you were over the moon that she got written out of the movie.
I was fucking pissed. Now I'm starting to understand where like that real anger feeling came into me when I was watching this two movies. Like,
I had a good time. I think it was a bad idea that Lois Lane was not in the movie. Like, she was a core pillar of those two original, and then she's just gone.
Like, at the very least, 3 was funny. I can't remember anything from 4.
I believe it was Lana Lang, and at the time, so at least my most recent time of watching Superman 3, I'm more forgiving of it because I was watching Superman and Lois, which is an amazing Superman TV show. It's on HBO Max, so if you have like a VPN, watch that. It's great, because Canadian government or whatever's going on, Max is just illegal or something. Like, it is just no. So
yeah, our country
luckily,
sucks sometimes.
So if you can, watch Superman and Lois or buy the DVD. I guess that could be easier. But it is great. It also has a great arc. If you're... actually, I don't want to spoil it. It's just such a great show. I don't want to spoil it for Aiden, too.
Yeah, I will say another option you have too.
I'm just like, I don't really like these two movies. And I'm like, ooh, it's something good with Superman.
I remember...
Lois. Yeah.
But, you know, back in the day, there were these swashbucklers that would go on, like, these big ships and, like, fucking, like...
Oh, yes.
Be gay with each other. Statistically, pirates were gay.
But yeah.
And then made me realize, man, I wish there was some way to be like them, but with media. I'll let you guys figure out the rest through that.
Yeah, and
anyway, DT.
But yeah, I think moving away from our pirate's life, I think we should move over to the soft reboot of Superman Returns,
which I think is a perfectly fine movie.
Yeah,
it doesn't really piss me off at all. Yeah. But like the actor does the best that he can.
Yeah. And I've seen him in other stuff, and Brandon Routh in the Forgotten Superman. He is a great Superman. He just seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
But I think part of the problem is every single person in this movie, except for like two, are pretending to be somebody else, being these characters. The only people I can think of that are not pretending to be the original actors is James Marsden, which makes this really funny with this being after we've made the X-Men video. For you X-Men fans, this is the movie. This is why Cyclops got killed off screen. Because he wanted to be in this movie.
That is fucking hilarious.
Aiden, do you think it was worth it for us X-Men fans?
I mean, Cyclops is a cuck. I think it was worth it.
Oh. Okay, then. I guess we also talked about it a bit, but... Do you remember Luthor's plan?
Low-key, I don't actually remember a ton from this movie. I remember, like, bits and pieces. Yeah. Like, I remember, like, water is used quite a lot more in this movie. I don't really know what the symbolism for that is.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe there's some symbolic thing, but this movie is a sequel to Superman 2, which makes this movie... I think it's the worst part of this movie is... They erased, the two bad ones, but I think it should have just been a fresh start. But Superman went off into space for some reason to find Krypton, and it was messed up or something. Surprised he even found anything. And then he comes back, and you get to meet James Marsden. His main role is he's with Lois, and just makes it so the entire movie, Superman and Lois just can't really be together.
Wonderful.
And to make it even more clear, they're not gonna get back together. There's a kid. Do you remember the kid? I don't remember.
I do remember actually. I'm remembering stuff when you get plot summary for this.
He kills a man with the piano. That kid.
Awesome. Yeah. I want to be like him.
Oh yeah, this I think maybe the actor for Luthor for this one has gone off the deep end. But we did get a funny meme, so I'll just mention that. This is where the wrong meme comes from. Like, wrong! Also, Luthor's introduction of him just scamming, like, whatever his or some barely connected family relative out of their fortune is just a great introduction to him. And it's also really funny seeing him with, like, a luscious thing of hair. Because that's what it was like in the original ones, because he just was wearing a wig or just didn't want to shave his head. Fair enough, I suppose. But then he just rips off the wig immediately and just throws it at a small child, and she just starts screaming. And there are just bits of this movie that are so funny, and Luthor's, like, trying to, like, create an island. So basically, he's recreating Krypton, so he can make a parking lot and like a housing market and like a shopping center that him and his friends can live on, and so he can make millions because we're running out of land. Which now his plan is basically, I will sink America so I can make Luthor Island. And I also talked about it, but this is where Superman gets, like, shanked in the back. And he gets stabbed by the kryptonite dagger, falls off, almost drowns, and luckily, our hero Cyclops comes in on him in his jet and saves him. And then he saves the day by just throwing Luthor Island, like, into the sun or into space. But yeah, Superman Returns, the forgotten child.
I will say that I have no idea if this is a hot take in the Superman community. I feel like the Superman community is gonna fucking kill me when this video comes out. But I actually like it more than Superman 3. It is.
I think that's a pretty cold take. I think, honestly, it would be a hot take to even know this movie exists. Like, this is the most forgettable superhero movie, probably.
Yeah. Like, it's fine. There's not really any clear problems with it, but, like, it doesn't make a huge impression, which is why it's not in B tier.
My only real problem with it is this is the reason why Cyclops died. Because he doesn't do anything in the movie.
Yeah. Anyway, the next one's up, and I'm gonna make a pretty clear statement, like...
Oh, you're making an S+?
I fucking hate Man of Steel.
I wonder, Aiden, could you please elaborate? Like, what could possibly make you hate this movie?
It doesn't understand Superman.
For all of the idiots at home, what is at least, to minimize it, a few, I can't even think of a number. There's just so many. I can't even keep this bit going. I can barely... What are your many problems with this Man of Steel?
Honestly, all of them just root back to Zack Snyder doesn't know how to write Superman. Like, Superman is supposed to be someone who takes deep responsibility in what he does. Someone who takes heroism very seriously. Someone who doesn't see himself above humans, but as one of them.
But you don't understand, Aiden. He is Jesus.
No, he's fucking not. He's just another guy. That's the whole fucking point of the original movies.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
so you obviously, I love that I keep interrupting you. So you love this version of Pa Kent.
if he's a supervillain, yes, I would love him.
So, are you saying that Pa Kent is wrong for his take of saying that Superman should let children die? Are you really going on record on saying that letting children die is against Superman's character?
Of course it fucking is. Like,
But think about it.
Superman would be fucking upset with himself to no end in the original movies if he let anyone die.
Yeah, there's just no forgiving that. I can't see it any other way than he is just, yeah, no, your secret is more important than human lives. Yeah. It also ruins the whole thing of, like, Pa Kent can survive. There are many stories where he's just alive. Mm-hmm. But it's, like, a good lesson for Superman, because he usually dies in a way where Superman cannot save him.
Yeah.
Superman could very easily save Pa Kent in this movie of him just getting sucked up by the tornado. Like, Pa Kent actively needs to go, like, no, please stop, and just puts his hand out like, no, let me die.
Yeah.
Like that. Man, how do you feel about the action, at least?
Oh, I don't remember it, so that's a great sign.
Yeah, it's basically two action figures smashing against each other for maybe 1 hour. General Zod was good. I liked him in this movie. He had life.
Okay, yeah,
His
I
main
think that's
bit
enough
of
for me
life.
to upgrade the tiers a little bit.
Yeah, the main thing that Zod did was he brought life to the movie. Mm-hmm. He brought emotion.
Yeah,
like insanity, and madness and rage. Those
exactly what I felt watching the movie.
Yes.
Actually, the craziest thing, too, is the worst crime this fucking piece of dog shit commits is being boring as shit.
Yeah.
This is a fucking boring movie.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Man of Steel. It's so bad.
Yeah. I think Henry Cavill is amazing, near perfect casting for Superman. I think the main problem is the writing. Or something. I'm not sure, maybe it isn't the writing. Like, I think the story is fine. I think it's really just, it just doesn't feel right for Superman to need to go on this arc. And by the end of the movie, oh, and now I've learned empathy. Now I have my power of, like, humanity and compassion. Like, there isn't really a scene in this movie, like all of the others that we've done before, of him rescuing. Like, the other ones don't really have action. It's just him saving people. He doesn't really save anyone in this movie. There's, I guess, a montage where he saves, in quote, people, but it's kind of like, the whole movie's kind of like question it, or maybe I'm combining Batman vs. Superman, where they're just going like, is he right for doing this? Is it good that he's, like, saving these people?
Yeah.
Do they deserve to be saved?
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. They kind of go into that more in the James Gunn Superman one. I think it's done better. I still don't like it. But it's real. So, I don't know. We'll get to that later. But yeah, do you have any other things with Man of Steel that you want to discuss? Do you have any opinion on shorts or no shorts?
I really don't care.
You just don't. You don't give a shit.
So the last one for me to talk about is James Gunn Superman.
I guess I have one last thing for Man of Steel. One final question I have about this movie. Do you care at all about the fact that, like, this version of Superman, like, he's wearing, like, a more alien suit, and it's, like, clearly from Krypton? Like, the other ones are from Krypton. They don't look like it. I think the best suit out of all of these, spoiler alert, is the Christopher Reeve one. That's the best suit.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
but yeah,
trying to make any attempt to make Superman more alien-like misses the entire point of what Superman is supposed to be.
Yeah, and, like, making it like battle armor. More like,
by trying to, I say this with complete air quotes, deconstruct Superman, you're missing the point of Superman.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why a character like Omni-Man works is because he's not Superman.
Yeah. And I can't believe, I feel like I've said this either every video or maybe 10 times in this video. Invincible, in my opinion, is not the Superman of the Invincible universe. It's Invincible. Now, Invincible is still not a good person. Like, there are bits, at least in, like, Season 3, where he would rather hang out with his girlfriend than save the world. So, like, he's not a moral paragon like Superman. But, like, Superman does have those elements of where he's selfish. They don't show it a lot, because he's usually written or shown or in public consciousness as this perfect being, which then turns him into this more religious being, which goes to controversy every time. But, I don't know. I think it's fine to make Superman this all-powerful, all-knowing, perfect guy, because it's similar to what he is in the Reeves movies, but, like, he's still flawed. But, yeah, I don't know. Do you have any opinion on Superman just killing Zod and snapping his neck?
What? He does that?
Yeah, that's how the movie ends. He's, like, laser eyesing the building after their long fight. And, oh no, there's, like, a small family of 4 in the corner. And Zod's slowly turning his head. And Superman's behind him in a neck brace. And, unfortunately, there's no other choice but to end Zod's life. Except for flying up into the sky. Or just putting his hand over his eyes. Or judo flipping him and curve stomping him in the face. Or
very random sort of cutaway gag for me to make, but one of my favorite scenes from the first, one of my favorite scenes in any superhero movie is in the first Spider-Man movie, where Spider-Man's fighting up against the Green Goblin, and he's like, all right, maybe it happened in Superman 2. I don't remember which one it was actually, but like,
are you thinking of, like, Green Goblin, like, disguising himself as an old woman?
No, I'm thinking about the scene where one of the villains goes, hey, hey, Spider-Man, you gotta choose between saving these kids or saving...
Oh, that's Green Goblin.
Okay, so I was remembering the right one. Thank
Yeah.
fuck. The
Yeah.
And,
where he's, like, holding the two cards. Save your girlfriend or save the children.
Yeah. The reason why that scene is so good is because Spider-Man chooses to save all of them. Like, that's what a superhero is supposed to do.
Yeah.
You can't accept trade-offs as a superhero. You gotta save everyone. That is your responsibility as a superhero. And that is a concept that Superman's entire identity is built upon. Why the fuck wouldn't you write him correctly, Zack Snyder? What the fuck?
Yeah. I'll get into it a bit later. But my opinions with the Snyder trilogy is very interesting. But I like Injustice. It is, I think, a small inspiration for these movies, and Watchmen, of, like, the more dark, gritty, like, violent sex kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you need to have those to make these movies good, and I think Superman especially should not have them.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. Like, I think it's just weird. Like, one thing I forget a lot about is, like, superheroes don't always have a no-kill rule. Like, characters like Daredevil or Spider-Man or Batman have very clear and famously a no-kill rule.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of funny at least when I think about it. Batman has a stronger stance on killing than Superman. Like, Superman has a no-kill rule, but it's not as flexible. Like, if we put it on a line, Batman is the extreme of, if you kill a killer, you'll become a killer.
Yeah.
Superman's like, no, human life is valuable, but sometimes there's no other option.
Yeah.
Which, like, him and Wonder Woman share that when they're written well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting, because I usually don't think about that, with me being more of a Marvel fan. And even the Avengers do that too. Like, Captain America is the one pointed to the most, and being very similar to Superman. Captain America kills people.
Yeah.
You think he was fighting in World War II using the power of friendship? No.
Yeah.
He's using the power of gun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
For his neutral special, Captain America wields a gun.
Yes. But yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I liked James Gunn's Superman. It's not a very memorable movie, but it is a good movie. This standout scene for me is easily that one like argument / conversation that Superman had with
that scene
Lois.
with Lois. Yeah,
that is the best
great.
scene of the movie by far.
Yeah.
Like,
I believe I've heard that was like their like casting audition or one of the first things they did. That seems great.
yeah, like I could tell that the whole emotional core of the movie was built around that scene.
Yeah, and just their chemistry is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lois Lane, we didn't even mention her in Man of Steel, but she is there. She never gets a time to shine in any of those movies. In Man of Steel, she doesn't really get a good time to shine. We never get to go to the Daily Planet in any of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess we get to go to it. No, we get to go to it in Batman vs. Superman. But it's not really focused on at all. It's like a subplot.
Yeah.
And it gets cut out in the theatrical version. So it's kind of forgettable. It's just to fill time until Batman and Superman fight.
Yeah. And I don't really know if it was like a meta thing holding it back for me, but when I watch it, I can't help but feel, yeah, James Gunn wrote that like every second.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, there are definitely bits where it's like, yeah, this is very much a James Gunn thing. Like, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, like, the Justice thing, that is very much James Gunn just throwing in a quirky group of characters. And the Mr. Terrific fight scene with the music.
And, like, I enjoy James Gunn's writing, too. One is on characters that I'm not nearly as familiar with or work really well with his writing style, like the Guardians or Peacemaker. I think that James Gunn can make some absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah.
But watching Superman, I'm just like, yeah, it just feels like a James Gunn take on Superman.
Yeah, I feel like it isn't really a James Gunn take. I feel like it is. Like, I think the most interesting things with this movie is that it isn't an origin story, which I think for the movie and the story it's telling, it's fine. I wish it was dived into more, which it is. It's just, I feel like you need context to understand who Superman is for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's kind of a winning battle. It's like, this is just a day in the life of Superman. But if you don't know who Superman is, you're not gonna care about a day in the life of Superman.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what did you think about the whole twist of the main thing that makes this Superman unique? This is a major spoiler. This movie's newer. Of Superman's parents being kind of more evil. Of, like, them sending him away to kind of conquer and take over Earth.
Oh, yeah,
With, like,
right. That
more...
was a big part of the conflict.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting choice. It definitely, I think the main thing that it does well is that it makes this easily my favorite version of Lex Luthor. Like,
yeah.
You grow to hate that man so fucking much by the end of the movie.
This Lex Luthor is great, and we actually have a good amount of X-Men crossover with Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult. He's a great Lex Luthor. I'm so excited he is coming back if the movie doesn't get canceled, because apparently that can happen. The movie's far enough in production. They're just like, yeah, no, delete. Hopefully Man of Tomorrow comes out. I'm excited to see. It sounds like it'll be like a buddy kind of thing of Superman and Lex, like, needing to work together to fight this greater threat.
Yeah.
At least from, like, the two vague images that we've seen James Gunn post on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, we don't even know what the movie's about.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice that James Gunn goes on Twitter to explain all this stuff, but sometimes...
Yeah, overusing Twitter as a creative person is never a good idea.
Yeah. And there are bits where you can clearly tell where, like, this is a bit of James Gunn making fun of stuff. Like, the whole bit of Superman lashing out and just hating the internet and hashtags, it's like, that is clearly the super shit thing is... And, like, the brain-dead, mindless monkeys shit posting about Superman, like, that is clearly him making fun of the people who were, you know, trying to fire him and end his career over his whatever random tweet from, like, 2014 or something.
I always bring up this story, but I remember fucking one of my friends, Josh, said, I was watching this video, that found, like, evidence of James Gunn being a pedophile. And I'm like, what? Surely he would have been canceled already if that was something that was actually true. So he showed me the tweets. I'm like, dude, these are obviously jokes. They are extremely dark, but they are obviously jokes. They are so fucking obviously jokes. We share his sense of humor. We should know that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Overall, though, pretty good movie. I'd say I like it more than the first.
Oh, wow.
By a very slight amount. But, like, I think they're about on the same tier, though.
Yeah. One final bit of interesting stuff, this has nothing to do with my review, which is why I'm bringing it up now, is that this movie, at least rumored, or potentially, I don't know where this came from, so this might not be true, take it with a grain of salt, that this movie originally had, like, a different pacing system. It would basically be the same, but it would be, like, split up into chapters. Where it's, like, chapter 1, or whatever, day 1, day 2, day 3, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can kind of feel in the movie, and one thing I've learned is, like, every time a new act of the movie starts, you get, like, a flash of Superman's logo stretching across the screen, of, like, Superman somehow, like, flying by, and it just covers the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that's just kind of cool and fun. And, you know, you just got so many funny bits from this movie of, like, 1A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's my Superman tier list. It looks fucking weird.
Yeah, it is a weird one, but yeah. I guess my final thing for James Gunn's Superman, do you have, like, any, whatever, things on like how, because this movie was clearly, it had a lot of baggage with it clearly, and we've talked about it before many times. Of this is the Kickstarter for their DC universe.
And as the Kickstarter, I don't really know what it's kickstarting.
Yeah, like it has the Justice Gang.
It feels very one-offy, not even in
Yeah.
a way where it feels like you can make a sequel off of it.
I feel like you could, but I think the fact that it's just a day in the life of Superman, I think is a benefit. One thing I think is interesting, I don't know whether they're sticking to it, but it seems like they want, at least James Gunn wants, to have it where it's like, you have DC and you have Superman, and you have, like, the hopeful, optimistic, he's saving cats and saving them out of trees. And a lot of the action is Superman saving people again, which is really noticeable after Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Of him, like, not saving anyone, and Superman wants to save everyone in this movie.
It feels really nice to have a modern interpretation of Superman that, like, gets the character.
And he isn't a perfect character. Like, he gets upset, he cries. Like, his humanity is the forefront of the story and the movie. And I like his, like, breakdown where he starts yelling and screaming about, like, him just being allowed to be Superman and going off to save people. Like, I agree with Superman. It's like, this is partially because this is a fictional world of superheroes. I think that superheroes in the comic books, movies, and video games, especially paragons of truth, justice, and, like, love, like Superman, should be allowed to be Superman and do the Superman thing. Because I want to watch a Superman movie, I want to watch him be Superman.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, Superman's not wrong for valuing human life. I don't know. I think it's interesting when you have superhero stories get into the politics and the more real world thing of what if superheroes, but real life. And you have a bit of that with the whatever boys or things, but still good.
Okay. Yeah, my PC just does that.
Okay.
I can't wait for me to get copyright claimed for the 5 seconds of Zetai Radio that just played. For the
Wonderful. Yeah, I think it depends on the writing. I think this movie does a great job of Superman's conflict in the fictional countries of him, like, struggling on, like, whether Superman and just the world viewing him on if he should save them. And just, like, by the mid part of the movie, everyone dislikes Superman, and it's like, oh, you have a harem and you're actually the bad guy. Or at least not who you said you were. But it is nice, and I think my one thing, I don't know how I feel about it. I think it is great, and it makes sense in the story and in the universe, and it gives Superman more conflict. But I do wish Superman got to solve every single problem by himself.
Yeah.
I think having Superman interact with other superheroes, I think, was a good and unique call by James Gunn, because we got more of that James Gunn flair. But it also meant a little bit of the focus every time got taken away from Superman. I think Crypto is nice. I like him. And I don't think he overvalues Superman. Like, he's not in it all that much. And I really like Mr. Terrific. He was like a whatever surprise hit from this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think overall pretty good movie.
Anyway,
Excited to see where it goes.
what would your tier list of the movies that I ranked look like?
But yeah, you can just quickly reset them all, just so we don't get confused.
Yeah, and then
So I guess I'll do it, just so I have that bit of control. But yeah, going way back to the beginning, we have, man, multitasking is hard. How do you do this, Aiden?
I don't know how I do it.
But yeah, so we have Superman. This is S tier. This is Superman.
That makes sense, yeah.
And then you have Superman 2. Like I said, this is for both versions. I'll go back and forth. Probably by the time I go home, I will think Superman 2 deserves the S tier. Probably does. I just like the original Superman better. When I want to watch one of the Christopher Reeve movies, I'll pick the first one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, even now, even with this modern Superman 1, I still think Christopher Reeve is Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, David Cornsmith, amazing Superman. And I like his costume. It's good enough.
Yeah.
But just the classic, simple Superman thing. And especially with, us now going back to the beginning for me, how do you feel about David Cornsmith's, like, James Gunn's Superman logo?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
No strong feelings one way or the other.
You don't have any real opinion? I know some people make fun of it for, like, the more... Because it is, like, clearly leaning into the more alien, like, Kryptonian family crest thing. With it, like, barely looking like an S.
Yeah, which I feel like that exemplifies the ideas of the movie a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it works for the story. And one thing I think that would be really cool, that I would like, because so many people have this argument for that version of Superman, if Robert Pattinson's Batman from that big crime saga should be in the DC universe. I think it would be neat.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they want to have Robin in the DC universe, so because of that, I think it's not going to happen. I'd put it at maybe a 20% chance of him being in the universe. But if he shows up, I would be very happy. I think he's a great Batman, and I really want to see more, but I don't think he's showing up.
No.
But, yeah. I think Superman 3 had, I'll put it like C. I don't know. I think it, would I put, yeah, I put C. I think it's a very fun movie. I've only watched it twice. The first time was with my dad, and it was less enjoyable, but it was still fun. This movie is just insane.
It is very much a watch it with friends movie.
Yeah. And it is, like, even not watching it with friends and watching it with my dad was a very different tone. I still had a great time. He had a less of a good time, but I had a great time. This movie's just crazy, and it has so many silly bits. Some of the time during it, I am just wishing, man, where's Superman? But it is funny, so if you want to watch a maybe Superman short film and then get tired of Superman during that, you can watch this comedy special where Superman appears a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but yeah. Superman 4. Oh wait, no, I forgot about it, just like the rest of the world. Supergirl. Supergirl, I put on because I remembered for all the other ones, I did all the spin-offs, so might as well complete it. Supergirl is a very weird movie. I'll try and describe it, but I feel like I kind of dissociated a little bit while watching it, or at least at the end, so some of it I might just be making things up to try and fill in my brain what happened in this movie. But you have Supergirl, who is the cousin of Superman and is, I think, supposed to be set in this same Christopher Reeves universe. I'm pretty sure the same Jimmy Olsen shows up as in the other ones. The movie is, like, obviously there's the whole Krypton thing, so she's on, like, some whatever island or space station, and she gets sent down because whatever, some relic or tool or something of, like, her Doc Brown kind of Back to the Future Marty McFly Doc Brown relationship, whatever, she messed it up or something and needs to go recover his thing so he doesn't get whatever to save him, so he gets banished. And then it's just her pretending to be like a high schooler kind of girl on Earth. And the main villains of this movie is, I don't know, they're like some weird witches or something. They're like fake witches, but then they find this Kryptonian artifact and get magic powers. And I think Supergirl is like dating some guy, but he's like being I don't know. I watched this movie maybe like I did the Superman marathon by myself. Like we were doing all this stuff on the build up to James Gunn's Superman. And we were able to finish relatively in time for it like coming straight to streaming. So we were able to do it in time for that. But right before I watched it in theaters, I watched Superman Returns for the first time and Supergirl. And I think at this point, maybe it's getting close to maybe half a year or so. I cannot remember this movie. And probably even back during the X-Men video, I can probably tell you about the same stuff about this movie. This movie is worse than Madam Web.
Damn,
This is the reason why I would almost want to go back and apologize to those Sonyverse things. Because I'm like, they are clearly just so Sony can keep the rights to Spider-Man. Like, everybody kind of knows that. But, like, this is not that.
Yeah.
Like, this is clearly lower effort, but, like, this movie, probably alongside Madam Web. I checked before this movie came out in 1984, has like a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. Which, Rotten Tomatoes isn't perfect, but it's like, wow, that's still... I mean, that's not great.
I'd say, like, Rotten Tomatoes can't give you a great estimate on when something is... on how good something is, but it can give you a good estimate on how bad something is, generally. Because of how it works.
Yeah, like how just consistent... Now, this will be one of my hottest takes I probably had in my life. Superman 4 is probably, at least on quality-wise, around the same as Supergirl. Just quality of the product. Superman 4 is better. It was received better. Superman had Christopher Reeve in it. But the effects and all of that are... honestly, they're probably worse than Superman 4. And the budget was probably lower. But I actually had a very enjoyable time with Superman 4. I think the fact it doesn't overstay its welcome, it does have the whole superhero thing of it just makes up this random Superman villain, and then we never see that character ever again with Nuclear Man, but whatever. We got Lex Luthor back. And like, one thing that isn't stated much is, like, one of my favorite parts of this series is that we get a reoccurring superhero with Superman, and we have Lois and their evolving relationship, and then we have Lex Luthor, and he keeps coming back in every movie.
Yeah. And,
like, his relationship with Superman changes. And I just think that's really nice, and that's never really happened in the MCU or the DCEU or really any cinematic universe. And I just really hope they do that with the James Gunn one. Of having Lex Luthor just constantly coming back. Like, put him in a Justice League movie as a villain or side villain. Put him in the Superman sequels. Like, have Joker, Lex Luthor, and all these iconic villains. Like, DC is famous for their amazing villain libraries. And, like, use them.
Yeah.
And I have gotten better now, me being older and branching out to the DC side, and this video is helping with that. Superman has an amazing rogues gallery of villains. Nobody can name any of them, and I would struggle to name maybe 5. I could do it. I think I'd actually get to maybe 10 or so. But it's like... Superman is the superhero.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that hard to name a Superman villain. I just want to see, can you name 5, Aiden?
I can't. I'm not even gonna try.
Can you name 4?
Lex Luthor, that's it.
Okay. Can you name 3?
No.
2?
No.
I've said the name of at least 3.
And I've forgotten both of them.
Can you name one of the villains in James Gunn's Superman? One of the side villains.
No. Real talk, I can't remember. I don't remember a ton from these movies.
Wow. I thought you would at least remember, like, Ultraman or like that clone of Superman or Engineer or Nuclear Man that I just said like a minute ago. Or Zod.
Oh yeah, Zod. That's the other one.
Okay. You got 2. Can you name a third?
I think he called him like North Korea Man or something.
Very good, Aiden. Very good. But yes, with North Korea Man, I will put it a B.
Wow, that's surprisingly high.
Yeah. It is a bad movie. The effects are awful, and there's not very good about it, but it's very short, and it's a good, quaint little short film thing to put on in an afternoon, and then do something else with your afternoon afterwards.
Yeah.
Because it's so short. And it's really just carried by Christopher Reeve is great in this. It brings back a little bit of that Lois Lane Superman relationship. It basically ignores Superman 3.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And then it does bring back some of that stuff with Superman 2 of him like erasing her mind and him just going to Lois for comfort. Then you got Superman Returns. I don't really have much to say about it. It's Superman Returns. Wish it was just a full reboot. It's good casting. He has a great suit in the CW, surprisingly. The universe of leather jackets.
Yep.
I don't want to jinx it, but I really hope that's over. Except some of those leather jackets do look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't mind if I got one of those.
Yeah, that'd be a good addition to your merch lineup.
Yeah. And I guess fun fact with the CW, since I have nothing about this Superman anymore, I want something to say. My uncle got to like kind of see and watch is like some of the stuff. I think it was The Flash being filmed in like Vancouver, so that was cool.
Yeah.
I am like 1 degree of separation away from the CW.
Yeah.
That's not a very high bar, but you know. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure you love Man of Steel.
Let me think. Say.
Oh, I guess we're reading BBS first.
What do you mean? We're going to the next Superman movie. Okay, I'll do Man of Steel. I think I've said before, Henry Cavill's a great Superman. And it makes watching Man of Steel, surprisingly, does make Deadpool and Wolverine so much funnier. Of knowing all of the controversies and all of the problems and him getting rehired for Man of Steel 2 and then like a week later being fired. Like, he got so shafted and so disappointed. Like, Shazam is a great movie. And you get Superman.
Yeah.
From the neck down.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't really get to appear. And after his second movie, sorry, spoiler alert, but he dies.
Oh, okay.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, oh no, Superman's dead. See ya soon.
Yeah.
But that's basically how I felt. That's how I felt walking out of the movie. Like, my parents and my family were like, oh, I can't believe they killed Superman. And I was like, you didn't see, like, the dirt on his grave, like, shaking? And, like, moving and stuff, and it's like, what do you mean? I'm like, Superman's coming back. And it's like, no, he's not. They're not gonna undo Superman's death.
Of course they are. Zack Snyder has no restraint.
Look at the poster for Justice League.
Yeah, exactly.
I also want to tell you that in all of the marketing and all of the trailers, they were keeping it very secret who the final member of the Justice League is, Aiden. So who do you think the Justice League would be? Obviously, you got Batman, Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash, and Wonder Woman. How many of them had a movie? Really, only 2. It was Batman. He got to be in kind of the Man of Steel sequel. I think Batman vs. Superman is a Man of Steel sequel. It isn't in name, and they were gonna do a real Man of Steel 2, but it's in the world we live in. We're probably not getting the Man of Steel sequel that was originally planned. this is our Man of Steel sequel. It's not much of a Superman movie. It's also not much of a Batman movie, but...
It's not much of a movie.
I don't know. Wonder Woman's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Wonder Woman.
Do I have to grade Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Oh. I know that's like my one job, but
if you want, you can rename F to Z.
I'll put it... Oh, now I got a hard decision. What's worse? A movie that makes me dissociate, or Man of Steel? Yeah.
Surprisingly generous ranking of Man of Steel.
Yeah. I'm gonna see whether I can... Yeah, delete that. Supergirl is pretty bad. Batman vs. Superman does many things. It has one good fight scene with Batman in like a warehouse where he takes down a bunch of guards to save... I almost said the name.
Your mother.
Yeah, Superman's mom, Martha. It also has the awful scene, or infamous scene of Martha. That's the reason why Batman doesn't kill Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it's the entire movie of Batman just trying to kill Superman because he believes there's a 1% chance Superman might go evil. And then Superman wants to kill Batman because he's branding criminals so the criminals in prison know who to kill. As we know, Batman is famously known as a killer. Like, Aiden, I'm just gonna ask a question and tell me whether you think Batman's in character. Batman holding an assault rifle. Why are you laughing?
I think that answer alone shows you everything you need to know about how I feel about that. I don't even need to use words.
What if it was a dream? What if it was just during his little nap time?
What?
During the movie, Batman occasionally has a little nap time, and there's dream sequences of him using an assault rifle, of like the potential future for the Justice League sequels to come,
God.
of Batman fighting parademons and killing people, and in the later ones in Snyder Cut, you get a small little end credit scene of him working alongside the Joker. That's really the one scene we get to see of Batman and Joker interact, and we get Batman, he gets to say the F word.
I'm Batman. Fuck.
No, he says, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Joker.
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure that's what he says. So, do you think Batman's in character for in his dreams of using guns?
Now, my question is, would it have been funny if Batman said the other F word?
I could see this Batman saying that.
Superman, you're gay. You're gay, Superman.
How do you... I guess you haven't seen it, so I don't know how you feel about it. But this Batman got made fun of, Ben Affleck. He's had a rough go at the whole superhero thing. Mm-hmm. He was Daredevil. He was Batman. But during his Batman run, he just kept being called Batfleck or Fat Bat.
Fat Bat is crazy.
Which I don't think is super fair. He is the biggest Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I do think it makes sense for this darker, grittier world that Batman is more of the Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller, like, wide Batman. So he, like, visually looks like he could stand toe-to-toe with Superman, which he does. And he has a few good suits. He also has the worst live-action Batman suit I think ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God that movie's not a Superman movie. But yeah. Batman vs. Superman. It does make me like this Snyderverse more. Not very much, though. It's like C, but with the clarification... Actually, I'm gonna do C-. How do I make a C-, Aiden? Okay, make that for me. I'm doing C-.
Add row below, and then... I had to actually move somewhat.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. It is technically higher quality than Superman 3, but I have more enjoyment out of watching Superman 3.
Mm-hmm.
Which might be harder take, but... Like, I remember when this movie was coming out, it was during the hype year of, like, all of the movies where superheroes fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
I am now realizing I was on the wrong side of history both times. I was on the side of Iron Man for Civil War, and Captain America Civil War. I think you can guess who won that one. I mean, I guess there isn't really a winner, but I mean...
Yeah.
The main one you follow, and during the movie, it ended up just being, yeah, no, I was on Team Cap.
Yeah.
But before the movie came out, I'm like, yeah, I'm Team Iron Man all the way. Why do you think I was on Team Iron Man?
Pee poo poo.
Well, I guess PP was on Team Iron Man. But also, Iron Man was on Team Iron Man. It
Yeah, I bet your
also
mom
was
on
the
Team Iron Man.
introduction to this niche little Marvel character, Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yeah, I never heard of him.
Yeah, yeah, that guy's a little niche, you know, a little obscure.
Mm-hmm.
Might have seen me wear a coat of his every once in a
Yeah,
while.
I can't wait for him to get a movie adaptation.
Yeah, I think he might get a movie this year.
Hell yeah.
Hope it doesn't get canceled.
Yeah, it probably will though.
Yeah, luckily they got the Hulk and the Punisher to carry it. I think that'll make it so he can get brought to a new light. That Spider guy.
Yeah.
But
There's
yeah.
a really good trilogy back in the early 2000s. I think.
Oh yeah, that Spider guy. Yeah. with
Yeah, I think.
Tobert.
No, it was She-Hulk, right? Yeah, they made a She-Hulk trilogy back in the early 2000s. Thought it was really good. Really like that one. I really like that one moment where She-Hulk goes emo and just starts dancing. I can't take this serious. Thought that Willem Dafoe made a good villain for She-Hulk.
Sorry for all you viewers. I just need a minute.
Oh man, like I feel like the comedy of our expressions would come across so much better with a face cam, but I ain't doxing us.
I just need a minute. Funny enough, my Marvel side is showing. She-Hulk was originally supposed to be, I think, in like the Hulk, like Lou Ferrigno Hulk series, but then Marvel like made the She-Hulk comics just so they could own the rights to She-Hulk and not Universal. Because if she made her first appearance there, I think the rights or something would be wonky, since Marvel sold all their stuff when they went bankrupt. But yeah. What were we doing? I dissociated once you started talking about She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, we were talking about director's cut, right?
Director's cut of Batman vs Superman. This does not change the story at all. It still has all of the problems that I have with these movies, and I watched them recently, back to back, after... Basically, I showed in Man of Steel with Josh. They did not like it. They started zoning out and talking over the movie, which made it more enjoyable. And then I went home, relaxed, hanged out, and then I watched Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Went and had dinner, and then I watched Batman vs Superman Director's Cut. All in the same day. That was a rough day.
That sounds like a horrible day.
But one thing that was weird, even with Batman vs Superman, it made me like Man of Steel a little bit more. I still felt the entire movie that every single character was out of character, but I was starting to accept this is this weird, corrupted Elseworlds for DC. That is 100% untrue. This is the mainline DC universe of the 2010s, and was mainline Batman and Superman for a while, but it made me accept on this reviewing that, like, this is its own thing. It is mainly made better by the fact that we have gotten reboots and these other things afterwards of these new actors and new people, with Superman and Batman. So it makes it better, at least in my opinion. And I do like Ben Affleck as this more experienced, elder Batman. I think it's weird having Batman be older, but it makes sense. Batman's on the older side and Superman's maybe a little younger. It's not super young anyways, but I don't know. They're doing that with the new DC universe, James Gunn, of Batman being older and Superman being younger. It feels like it's not going to feel as extreme, because this one, off-screen, Robin has died and was killed by, like, Joker and Harley Quinn. And Batman feels like he has gone through, like, an entire series off-screen.
Oh, wow.
Like, Robin is dead. Batman is going through his angst arc. It's unclear whether there's been more than one Robin. I think it's just one. I assume it was Dick Grayson. I think his name was on, like, one of the graves in the Wayne Cemetery. But yeah, I don't know. This movie is better. I'd put it, why is things being funny? Stop being funny. There you go. I did it. There you go, Snyder fans. I did one thing for you. But yeah, by this movie, I started to accept more of this movie on its terms. It is very noticeable, the story, or the big overarching story of, like, the Darkseid War not happening. But you do have the continuation with Justice League, or betterly known on YouTube as Justice League. Director, I'm gonna put this back down, of the Avengers movies, of that Marvel humor that we infamously know of. I love him or hate him, but Joss Whedon's done things.
Like your mom.
Yeah. This movie is very funny. Justice League is funny. It's not trying to be funny, though. There are many bits that have been memed, like Kal-El No by Wonder Woman. I think just every single line Wonder Woman says. Like, I don't agree with the whole Gal Gadot, or how you say her name, actress of Wonder Woman. I think Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot. You can tell I'm really good with words, Aiden. Aren't I? Isn't my, what's a good word for, being an expert with words? Word craftsmith. I think it starts with a D.
Dick, penis.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, this... grab that. But yeah, Justice League is fine. You fight the villain Steppenwolf. I think it came out around the same year as Infinity War. Yeah, it's very criticized because Wonder Woman had come out. I believe the order was Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, and then I think Wonder Woman, and then Justice League. Suicide Squad has zero. I can't say the name of it without saying the to clarify movie, but Suicide Squad 2016. It's a very weird third installment, and you've seen that one.
Yeah, Suicide Squad 2016 is some utter dog shit.
Yeah. It's not even a good music video.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't a James Gunn tier list, but I think my favorite James Gunn, like, Marvel superhero movie that he's made might be Suicide Squad. Or The Suicide... God, I hate...
The Suicide Squad is such a good Marvel movie yet.
No, like DC.
Oh, okay.
With the Marvel side, I think it would be Guardians 1 or Guardians 3, I don't know. I think probably Guardians 3. But yeah.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite DC movie he's made is definitely The Suicide Squad. Yeah. Marvel-wise, I think I probably lean Guardians 3. Yeah. It's a pretty close competition between the second and third, though, honestly.
Yeah. Now you have the Snyder Cut. It is, just like the director's cut, the same story. The director's cut, I feel like you could almost make an entire TV show or saga or like a movie about the making of and like the internet backlash of Justice League. I'm just gonna call it Justice League, so I'm not saying Justice League too much, but now I'm probably just gonna say Joss Whedon so much. It's gonna be like Beetlejuice. He's just gonna show up behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna have great dreams tonight.
Sure, you're gonna dream of Joss Whedon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have an amazing
You're
dream
gonna
of Joss Whedon and Beetlejuice just terrifying.
Cuddling you up, huddling you up in bed. You're sticking a dildo up your ass.
I need to be careful. Wait, Aiden, I don't know why I'm asking you this, but is the rule for Beetlejuice saying the name 3 times or saying the name 3 times spoken unbroken? Because I believe it's unbroken.
I think it's 6-7 times.
Well, if that's the case, he's never getting summoned. I think I might be stupid enough. Like, I think that's the solution to characters like Beetlejuice, where you have to say the name 3 times. You just find an idiot.
Yep.
Who just can't focus. Where it's like, oh, you want me to say your name 3 times? It's like, okay, Beetlejuice. Oh, a pizza. Like, they just get distracted. It's the perfect solution. Yeah. But yeah, there's whatever. Zack Snyder I have many issues with on his critiques of, like, strapping miniguns to the Batmobile, Batman clearly killing people. The Snyder Cut and Justice League, it does answer some of the critiques. Like, they clearly make it known in Batman vs. Superman the final battle is happening on this deserted island, I think Stryker's Island, which was a massive complaint that the main final battle of Man of Steel, so many people died. Like, it's like whatever, Superman and Lois kind of hugging each other and in a warm embrace just in this apocalyptic wasteland. Like watching My Hero Academia, like the final battle, like war arc, and like how torn apart and destroyed the city is. I think Man of Steel, like Metropolis, is more destroyed. And it's just 2 guys.
Yeah.
The other one was a war. When the war looks better than these 2 idiots, there's a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess one good thing with, I can't remember whether it was the director's cut or the Man of Steel one. It might be the director's. Don't remember. But one of them had the scene where it's like I think it's both. I think maybe the director's one was longer. But you have it start during that war. Not war. During the final battle. But it's from Bruce Wayne's perspective of Metropolis. And he's like running around and you see him like saving a bunch of people. And I think that helps you get endeared to him. But it just makes Superman just seem so ignorant and so much like an asshole. If it's like he's only... I don't know, it's I think he's just gone whatever, got blood, just whatever, like, eyes have just gone, he's seeing red.
Yeah.
Like, this version of Superman is just so angry and violent and petty. Like, the thing I was saving, that I just realized that I was saving from Superman 2. In Superman 2, he loses his powers and gets bullied and whatever, picked on, beat up, and kind of bleeds for the first time in that movie when he's like going on a date with Lois after they come back from the Fortress of Solitude. And in the director's cut, Superman does act like how he acts in Man of Steel. It's a very similar scene. It could almost be like scene for scene, shot for shot.
Yeah.
In the director's cut, they bring back basically the ending of Superman rewinding time and undoing everything. Meaning, if you follow the logic in the timeline of the movie, Superman and Lois never went on a date because Superman erased her memory and like undid that, and that never happened.
Yeah.
So Superman goes back to get revenge in this director's timeline and beats up this random guy who in another timeline just beat his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman does that in Man of Steel, and he like folds his car up and like shoves multiple telephone wires through his car. And yeah. Like, yeah. Justice League, but yeah, back to Snyder Cut. Oh wait, I forgot to grade Justice League. I got distracted by all my rants. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the Snyder Cut, it's better. I think it's really only better because I've seen Justice League. It is 4 hours, so it makes it like I considered during our marathon of the Superman stuff I did with Aiden, of showing him Batman vs. Superman, and part of the reason I watched Batman vs. Superman by myself was to figure out which one I would show him, because I know those ones are so similar. And there's not much of a difference. I'd probably do the director's cut just so it's like a slightly better experience, but it's just minimal. But yeah, I think the director's cut, I'd put yeah, I think I'd actually put that there.
It's not surprisingly high for BVS director's cut.
Actually, I'll just put it. Man, why can't I put anything there? Yeah, I'll do that. It's not really a B, but yeah. Yeah, Snyder Cut is fine. There's many issues I have with it, like whatever, Wonder Woman. I think actress is great, and yeah, Wonder Woman 1984 is awful. Did give us great memes though with Pedro Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good, but it can be better. That's the one bit of the movie I remember. Yeah. This movie's fine. It's really just better than the original. It's more violent. Superman wears a all black suit, like his resurrection suit. He has a black cape too. It's like kind of inspired by the comics, except it has a cape and little to no silver. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Superman's in maybe an hour of the movie, maybe less of the 4-hour movie. Surprisingly, the main character of the Snyder Cut is like Cyborg. He's like the best part of the movie. So I understand why his actor was very upset when the theatrical cut came out and he's just not in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'd be upset too. And I suppose you have a decent arc over those 3 director cut and Man of Steel movies of like Batman learning to open himself up and whatever, become the more friendly, like maybe cartoon Justice League kind of friendly Batman, which I kind of like. I wish Batman wasn't in the dark emo, kill people, torture, brand people phase at the start, but it's a good arc. I think it would have been made even better if Batman, like, we got a glimpse into Batman's life before everything went awful.
Mm-hmm.
And back to Batman vs. Superman, the movie starts with the Marthas being killed and everyone hates it. But it's like, no, we should show, like, because so many times, like, people change the origin. Like, the fact that James Gunn changed the origin for Superman makes me kind of think, like, we should see the origin for Batman. Because, like, they do change it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not the same every time. And if we actually think about it, like, I'm going into all the Batman stuff now, because most of his screen time is in Justice League and Batman vs. Superman. And we don't know who Batman is for James Gunn one. Wouldn't make sense to do it there, but I think we should see whatever Batman have some form of origin or have it be brought up. Maybe we don't have to show it. I can compromise with that, but it should be important and brought up. Maybe in a similar way to how it was brought up with Superman. I think it'd be funny if in whatever Batman Brave and the Bold or whatever it's called, Bruce Wayne's parents are also kind of corrupt and evil.
Yeah.
And not the moral paragons we think they are. But that's also kind of the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Don't think that's happening. Unless the Batman is Batman for this universe. But, yeah. I guess the final things on Batman before we move along and end this up. Do you have any opinion on Batman wearing trunks?
That sounds fucking hilarious. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Everybody doesn't like it. In almost every single one of his movie suits, he doesn't wear them. It's either all black or kind of grayish black.
Yeah.
Like, I think one thing that could be cool, like, when I say the trunks, I don't mean the Adam West bright blue yellow belt kind of thing. Like, the Arkham Knight suit has trunks, but it's kind of like built into the body armor, and it's more of the carbon fiber fabric bit of his batsuit, where there's like less armor around like his legs, because soldiers don't usually wear a lot of armor in the legs. They have it more upper body, chest, arms, head. So that's where the trunks arrive, with the armor starting to come back, I think around the knees. And maybe like thighs. So like that's where his trunks arrive. So like maybe that could be his first suit, but I just think it'd be a fun arc for DCU Batman. Of like him meeting Superman, and he starts to have his suit go from like the more the Batman or the Dark Knight suit, and it starts to like gain the trunks, and he starts to become more friendly and happy and, you know, more mentally healthy and stable. And he also like starts to have the costume go from maybe a more black to more of like a black and gray, maybe blue and gray. I think that'd be cool, like if the costumes change, because like their costumes are gonna change, like they're gonna do that to sell toys. I just think it'd be cool if the costumes change to like tell the stories of the characters and how they evolve and like change by each other. One thing I thought that'd be cool, and maybe they'd hear it and it'd happen. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with Batman having the more classic cinema Batman costume, but it'd be nice by like the Justice League movies, hopefully, if the universe doesn't die and can stick, that Batman will eventually get like a Batman with trunks and maybe blue, because there's only one Batman live action costume where he's wearing blue and gray, and it's the Ben Affleck Batman from The Flash. It's the worst live action Batman costume ever made. I think it's like mostly CGI, and then when it isn't, it's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, enough about my trauma. On to Superman, the movie. Superman. Yeah, as you can tell, I don't really like the whole the superhero name.
Yeah.
Like, Superman the movie has always been called Superman 78 or Superman the movie. Like, it's called Superman the movie, but
yeah.
I don't know. I liked the original concept or working title for Superman Legacy. And I think it fits the theme of, like, Superman dealing with, like, the legacy and, like, his learning that his parents are not who he thought they were. Like,
Yeah.
I just think it fits. But, yeah. I like this Superman. I want to see more. And happy that, especially after all the stuff we've gotten with the other DC stuff of the dark and gritty era, that we can just go back to hope.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Optimism. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. And I think one final bit of hope. I don't really have anything else to say about Superman other than it's Superman. Yeah, I think it's great. But yeah,
Awesome.
I think I asked, but you said your favorite. What was your favorite? I don't remember. Of the
My favorite was
costumes.
Superman. Oh, for the costumes, I actually don't know what my favorite costume is.
Yeah. Oh yes, if you're wondering who Jesus is, that's George Reeves, technically the first Superman. We haven't watched that Superman vs. the Mole Man. Technically that I think is the closest to the real comic Superman, so.
Yippee!
Yay. So, what's your favorite costume, Aiden, for
I don't know.
Blue Boy Scout?
I don't know what my favorite costume is. I wasn't really paying attention to the differences between costumes between the movies.
You got, like, the more... You can kind of see it in 4, and then you got Returns, and then you got Man of Steel and James Gunn.
Obviously, Man of Steel is the best at everything, so it's gotta be it.
Okay. We're all allowed to have our own opinions.
Even if they're bad.
Well, I was gonna say if they were wrong, but, you know, if you love Man of Steel, good for you. I am just not that strong.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Guess the one thing we have left then is, I have a Patreon. Please give me money. I need money desperately. Please. I really would love money right now. Do you guys know that I really love money? Got 4 tiers. Shout out here for financial support, no rewards. Fan tier for basic rewards like the Patreon roll call, Discord server, early scripts, scrapped ideas. I'm sure like scripts and shit. Confidant tier for all video-based benefits. Early videos, exclusive videos, unlisted videos. God tier, so you can get my Google Drive full of horse penis, along with the top patron role that gives you a custom color for the Discord server, and for my Patreon roll calls. I'd like to give a big, massive, throbbing thank you to my daddies,
Oh, wow.
Reggie Mania and Eternum. Thank you very much for your financial support. It allows me to spend my money on things for videos, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool that you guys do all that stuff. And one final thing to leave off on for this, I guess you could say this Superman. Some things that I like that are pretty super. Some super comics is All-Star Superman and Superman Up in the Sky. Those are the main essential ones I can think of. But I think one final thing to leave off on is, man, I'm really happy we didn't make a single horse joke in this entire video.
I love horse penis!